Howdy, folks. Alright, so my name is Levon, and a lot has changed since I've moved. Got me a tractor. This is a 1947 Allis Chalmers Model C, or C model tractor. Anyways, the brakes are very tough to do. On the one that's on YouTube, it's for a different class, so this is the Model C, and I can show you what. First, you got to take off the rear end, your wheel shields and your seat plate and all that. Then you have to get these pins out. Now there's retaining pins that are on this side. You got to pop them out. Make sure you don't lose them in there, because good luck getting them out. You're gonna have to take the arm off. Anyway, so take those pins out, and you got to get them out. So 3 of the 4 are sliding out, and I'm working on this one right now. I'm filing it down. As you can see, I tapped a hole, drilled a hole, and I tapped another one on this side, and I was able to WD-40 and wiggle it free. So you got to get these 4 guys out, and then you got to the adjustment bolts. You might want to just lube this up all night. I mean, just lube it up the night prior, and then you can take it apart. And there you go, same thing on this side. Lucky for me, these 2 pins are easy to get out. And like everything in my life, all of them but one had to give me hell. So I'm working on that. You take those 4 pins out, and then you take your adjuster out, and you're supposed to slide this whole thing out. And I'll show you when I get to that point. Okay. Alright, so this is what it looks like without the parts. I got that side done. 1 down, 1 to go. So I gotta tell you, this stuff is disgusting. This was the first one. It wasn't even complete. It was actually in 2 pieces. So that guy broke right there. And the second one actually wasn't that bad. It actually still has some beef on it, if you can see. So that was a working pad, but I figure if I'm going to go through all the hell, I'm just going to change about both, right? Change both of them out. So, oops, sorry. Was I holding you sideways there? So anyway, so that's what it's out, and I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to be able to get that brake pad in unless you take like a wire coat hanger or something. And there is a hole in the very bottom, and I'm holding my shop vac to it, and I'm in there and I'm scraping out. There's a bunch of, you name it, it's in there. There's fur, rat's nests, you know what, God knows what. So anyways, the only way you're going to get that shoe in, and by the way, you got to put it in from the front, and it slides in through the back, and you can help feed it with your finger through the bottom hole and through this little hole right here. But I'm telling you, it's not easy. So hopefully those pins come out for you guys. All right. Let's try it again. I'm telling you, if it doesn't have a clear path, then it's just not going to go. Alright, so obviously you got your adjusting clip in the front, and this is where the back pin is going to slide into, and that's the first one you're going to put in, and then your retainer clip as well, okay? So let's do that. So I sand down the ends that are going to obviously go into the machine, and then I put a little bit of oil and grease on them. Oil or grease, one or the other. And don't be afraid, or I should say, if you lose a washer or something, if you drop it in there, don't forget you got that big cavity, the hole in the bottom, and you also have the, you can shove a magnet in there, and magnet on a stick, and that way you can retrieve your washer or whatever happens, whatever you drop in there. So gently. Alright, and that's part 1. One of the ends is done. Now comes the fun part. You gotta put your washers in without dropping them in. 2 go on the inside, 1 goes on the outside. Alright, I get back in, and I'm telling you, don't drop your washers. So first thing I do is I put this guy, I'm going to just screw it in lightly. That's your adjusting bolt. Okay, screwdriver. Let's do it, make sure. Okay, alright, that's turning nice and free. So, retainer pin on the outside. And we got the 1 on the outside. So the nerve-wracking part, people. Don't drop your washers into the mechanism. Alright, I got the 1 on. Here comes the tricky part, the 2. Come on, get in there. Okay. And now the 2. Still with me? Alright, we're still counting down. Let's get it through the second hole first. And then, you know, you don't have to hit it with your hand, people. You can use anything like that'll actually work. There we go. If you hear me cursing, that means I dropped one. Alright. Yeah, alrighty, we're in. Now, don't forget you gotta put your little pin in there. Your cotter pin. And get the washer out of that groove. And you're in business. And you gotta put the spring back on that too. That's not a big deal though. Still with me? Yep, we're still ticking. Alright, put the pin in. And I put the other pin in. Oh, no, I gotta put the other pin in as well. So, let's drop this guy in here. Come on, get out of the groove. And of course, always something. Alright, that's out of the groove. And let's put that in there. Get in there, you son of a... Okay. There we go. Okay. And I like to face them up, so that way it's easy to get them out when you want to. I got a couple minutes left. I got no memory on my phone. And put this pin back in. Okie dokie. This pin goes back in there. It's not rushed. Alright. That's also a good one. It's a dark. I'm sorry if it's dark, guys. Whole day event here. Alright, we're in action. And your spring. Can you see? We're still rolling here. 6:40. Yep, we've got a couple of minutes left. Oh, shoot. Alright. The spring is going to go through here. And once you got it hooked on, and it's almost there. Alright. I am hooked on the bottom. I put the screwdriver underneath it. And oh, it does help if you put it in a little bit there, because you really haven't tightened it that much at all. Oh shoot, I hope I'm in there. Okay, I think I am. Now you put the spring up and over. Come on. I tell you, it's always something. And up and over, buddy. Almost. Lord, get in there. My wife's says I need anger management classes. Oh, great. Alright, that's it. Alright guys, so my camera cut out on me again, but this is the final product, and I'll go through it again with you. So the spring is the last thing you're going to be hooking on to the adjusting bolt, and your two pins that are going to go through. I have these two, they call them hairpin securings. They basically go into these little grooves that are in those two pins. Don't forget to lube those pins up before you put them back in, because it's a nightmare to get them out. In fact, I've already come up with a better design for them. I'm going to leave a nut on the end of them. I'm going to have I'm going to have a machine shop make me 4 of them and then yank these guys out. Anyway, so that's it. This is with the spring on. Now you just got to put that whole shalacky-badaki back on, and the foot pedals, and you're ready to go. You've done your brakes for this C tractor, 1947 Allis Chalmers. And I gotta say, it's 70 years old, and the thing starts right up. It's been sitting in a barn for 16 years, and it's going to be my log hog. So I have a bunch of downed trees on my property, and I have already built this guy for it. It's a winch system that goes on the back of this, and then it's going to basically just lift the logs off the ground, one end of them, and then I'm going to drag them out. But that's how you do a brake job on a 1947 Allis Chalmers C model. I gotta say, it's much easier than the Allis Chalmers video this young lady works on tractors. That one you gotta cut pins and dee-dee-da-dee and all that crap. So I'm fortunate to say I didn't need to bust out a torch or anything and cut through any metal. So it wasn't as hard, but it's definitely a day project. So you can put away a couple of hours per side, so you can get your hands dirty, and it's definitely the most challenging brake job I've ever done. So good luck, and I hope this helps you out there. There are brake pads you can buy that are aftermarket. I found them on eBay for about 81 bucks, $80 for the set, and everywhere else is about $60 per side. So shop around on eBay and you'll find a lot of parts and stuff. I'm contemplating whether or not to pull the 6-volt system out and replace it with a 12-volt, because I got some badass LED headlights that are almost the same size as that, and it'll make it look pretty cool. So it'll be a modern antique or whatever you call it. But these things are amazing. They're champions, and the fact that this thing still motors around and moves after all this time. 70 years old. I got cars that are turn of the century and they're garbage. So good luck, and wish you all the best.